This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is a test of the emergency alert system.
A silver alert has been issued for Pinal County. This is the Arizona Department of Public Safety. The Pinal County Sheriff's Department is looking for 83-year-old Carl N. Scalf. Carl is a white male 6 feet 1 inches tall, 240 pounds, with gray hair, and hazel eyes. Carl was last seen wearing red/silver tribal design shirt, black pants, and tan slippers. Carl was last seen leaving his residence in the area of 14,300 South Cienega at 1,530 hours on December 18, 2023 in his blue 2015 Dodge Ram 1500 pickup with the Arizona license plate BMF 6108. Carl suffers from a medical condition which may cause him to become lost or easily confused. Please contact the Pinal County Sheriff's Department or 911 with any information. If you have contact with the Silver Alert, please call 911. Monitor TV and radio for updates.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for Bexar TX, Booster TX, El Paso TX, Harris TX, Hidalgo TX, Torrent TX, Travis TX, Valverde TX, and Webb TX, beginning at 12:59 a.m. and ending at 1:14 a.m. This is a test of the emergency alert system. If this had been an actual emergency, you would have been given additional information. This is a test. No action necessary.
Flood warning in effect until tomorrow morning. What? Minor flooding is forecast. Where? Delaware River at Regalsville. When? Until tomorrow morning. Impacts at 14.5 feet. The entrance to Bow Island State Park is closed. Unsafe to cross over to Treasure Island Scout Camp. At 15.0 feet, Treasure Island Scout Camp floods. At 18.0 feet, River Road floods in Cohasset Township, north of the bridge. At 22.0 feet, Cohasset Creek floods Creek Road due to high and backwater from the Delaware River. The Musconetcong River also floods Mount Joy Road due to high and backwater from the Delaware River. Additional details, at 1:30 a.m. Tuesday the stage was 20.3 feet. Forecast, the river is expected to rise above flood stage this morning to a crest of 23.1 feet this evening. It will then fall below flood stage late tonight. Flood stage is 22.0 feet. Flood history, this crest compares to a previous crest of 22.6 feet on April 9, 2022. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood. Backwater from the Delaware causes flooding in Easton along the Lehigh River at 20.0 feet. Minor flooding begins upstream in Harmony Station, New Jersey and Santa Fe, Pennsylvania. At 24.0 feet, Larry Holmes Drive in Easton is subject to flooding. Riverside Way in Phillipsburg is flooded in the area of the boat track. at 25.0 feet. Portions of Bushkill Drive and Route 611 are flooded due to a combination of Delaware River flooding and backwater effects on Bushkill Creek. Additional details, at 1:30 a.m. Tuesday the stage was 20.7 feet and rising. Forecast, the river is expected to rise above flood stage early this morning to a crest of 24.0 feet this evening. It will then fall below flood stage late tonight. Flood stage is 22.0 feet. Flood history, this crest compares to a previous crest of 22.9 feet on March 8, 2011. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system.
The civil authorities have issued a required monthly test for all of New Jersey beginning at 2:47 a.m. and ending at 2:57 a.m. and ending at New Jersey Office of Emergency Management is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. Conducting a test of the emergency alert emergency. The attention signal you have emergency have been followed by official information or instructions. Followed by official information or instruction. The emergency alert system includes the test of the emergency alert system.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
Flood warning in effect from early this morning to late this afternoon. What minor flooding is occurring? Where? Quinebog River near Jewett City. When? From early this morning to late this afternoon. Impacts at 17.5 feet. Norman Road and Banjo Sullivan Road are closed with water covering the roadway. Additional details, at 2:30 a.m. Tuesday the stage was 17.6 feet. Thankful stage is 16.5 feet. Recent activity, the maximum river stage in the 24 hours ending at 2:30 a.m. Tuesday was 17.6 feet. Forecast, the river is expected to maintain minor flood stage through this afternoon. Flood stage is 17.5 feet. Flood history, this crest compares to a previous crest of 17.8 feet on April 4. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system.
Early this morning to late this afternoon. What minor flooding is occurring and minor flooding is forecast? Where? Susquehanna River at Unadilla. When? from
The New
early this
Hampshire
morning
State
to late
Police
this
has
afternoon.
activated the New Hampshire Emergency
Impacts
Alert
at
System
11.0
in order to conduct a
feet. Minor
practice
flooding
demo.
begins to
This
impact
concludes this
fields
test
and some
of the New
properties
Hampshire
in
Emergency
Unadilla
Alert
between
System.
Main Street and River Road. Additional details. At 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Tuesday, the stage was 11.0 feet. Bankwell stage is 11.0 feet. Recent activity. The maximum river stage in the 24 hours ending at 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Tuesday was 11.0 feet. Forecast. The river is expected to rise to a crest of 11.1 feet this morning. It will then fall below flood stage by early afternoon. Flood stage is 11.0 feet. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood.
Drone.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
K236CK Warrenton. KWRE Warrenton.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
This is a test. KFAV is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only This is a test of the emergency alert system. The broadcasters in your area, in voluntary cooperation with federal, state, and local authorities, have developed this system to keep you informed in the event of an emergency. If this had been an actual emergency, the attention signal you just heard would have been followed by official news, information, or instructions. KFAV serves the East Central Missouri area. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Wide required weekly test of the emergency alert system, originating from the Pennsylvania Emergency Management Agency, Harrisburg. This is only a test.
From this morning, minor flooding Creek above Middleton.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for crossing the monthly coordinated equipment that can quickly warn during emergency required. This has been the indicated residence of Pennsylvania weather official messages. This is the required weekly test. This station serves the Utah operational area. This concludes the test of the emergency alert system.
0.97. Warning in effect from Wednesday evening to early Friday morning. What? Minor flooding is forecast. Where? Black River at Watertown. When? Near Watertown from Wednesday evening to early Friday morning, but flooding will begin today in the flats near Lowville. Impacts at 10.0 feet. Flood stage. Farmland flooding begins in the flats with some roads flooded. Minor damages to riverfront commercial properties in Dexter. Additional details at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time Tuesday. The stage was 7.4 feet. Bankwell stage is 8.0 feet. Forecast. The river is expected to rise above flood stage late tomorrow evening to a crest of 10.5 feet Thursday morning. It will then fall below flood stage Thursday evening. Flood stage is 10.0 feet. Flood history. This crest compares to a previous crest of 10.5 feet on April 8, 2017. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system.
Barber, CA, beginning at 12:02 p.m. and ending at 12:17 p.m. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test, no action is needed. This is only a test. The civil authorities have issued a required test for Clark WA, Clackamas OR, Columbia OR, Monoma OR, and Washington OR, beginning at 12:33 p.m. and ending at 2:33 p.m. This is a required weekly test of the emergency alert system issued by Clark Regional Emergency Services Agency.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
The civil authorities have issued a required weekly test for all of Washington beginning at 2:00 p.m. and ending at 3:00 p.m. This is a test. This is only a test of the emergency alert system in Washington State issued by the Washington State Emergency Operations Center. In the event of an emergency, this system would bring you important information. The following tones will conclude this test from the Washington State Emergency Operations Center. The authorities have issued a required weekly
19
test
last
for
seen on
Douglas
Sunday at 11 p.m. at 1600, block of Pulaski Street, 5 feet, 4 inches, 140 to 155 pounds. Family concerned about possible mental episode. If found or seen, please contact the Portsmouth Police Department immediately.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. concludes this test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
Maximum value of 13.4 feet tomorrow morning. Flood stage is 13.0 feet. Flood history. This crest compares to a previous crest of 13.6 feet on June 18, 1998. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
Of the emergency alert system. From the Snohomish County Department of Emergency Management. Had this been an actual alert, this system would bring you important information.
The 40%. This is a test of the NOAA radio warning alarm device and the emergency alert system. During potentially dangerous weather situations, specially built receivers are automatically activated to warn of the impending severe weather and/or hazards in south central Indiana and north central Kentucky. Tests of these receivers are normally conducted every Tuesday between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. local time, and every Wednesday between 11 a.m. and noon local time. When there is a threat of or existing severe weather in the area, the test is postponed until the next available non-severe or hazard day. This broadcast originates from the National Weather Service office in Louisville on a frequency of 162.475 MHz. Reception of this broadcast and the warning alarm will vary at any given location. To provide the most consistent warning service possible, the warning alarm will be activated for watches and warnings affecting the following counties. In south central Indiana: Clark, Floyd, Harrison, Jefferson, Scott, and Washington. In north central Kentucky: Bullitt, Henry, Jefferson, Nelson, Oldham, Shelby, Spencer, and Trimble. This concludes the test of the NOAA radio warning alarm and emergency alert system. We now return you to regular programming. Flood warning in effect from Wednesday evening to early Sunday morning. Minor flooding is forecast. The areas affected include Tar River at Greenville. The hazardous conditions are expected from Wednesday evening to early Sunday morning. Impacts at 13.0 feet. Minor flooding of low-lying areas adjacent to the river can be expected. Additional details: at 7 p.m. Tuesday the stage was 12.2 feet. Forecast: the river will rise above flood stage tomorrow evening to 13.4 feet early Thursday afternoon. It will then fall early Friday afternoon. It will rise to 13.3 feet Saturday morning. It will then fall below flood stage Saturday evening. Flood stage is 13.0 feet. http://www.weather.gov/safety/flood.
This is a weekly test of the emergency alert system. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system.
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This has been a test of the emergency alert system. KHPR Honolulu, KKUA Wailuku, KANO Hilo, KHPH Kailua Kona, KIPL Lihue, KJHF Kuala Pu'u.
The Sheriff's Office. This is only a test.
test of the emergency alert system, originating from the Missouri State Highway Patrol in Jefferson City and coordinated with the local broadcasters in your community. This is only a test.
This is a test of the emergency alert system.
The following is a statewide monthly test of the emergency alert system, originating from the Missouri State Highway Patrol in Jefferson City and coordinated with the local broadcasters in your community. This is only a test.